Hey everybody, Jeremy here. So today I'm going to be taking a look at the new Neca Toys Ultimate Marty McFly from the first Back to the Future movie. Back to the Future is one of my favorite movie trilogies. I absolutely love it. I even have that framed USA Today newspaper from the second movie. I remember when they brought that back out years ago and you can just go into the store and buy it like it was an actual real newspaper. Oh, it's just amazing. But anyway, this is one of a few figures that NECA has come out with. And the other ones that you can get in this line, you flip it over on the back, you got the Ultimate Marty. We have the Marty McFly in the radiation suit. That's the Tales from Space one. And then we also have 2015 Marty. And of course, Biff Tannen. All right. So I got this from BestBuy.com. A lot of places right now, it's October the 10th. A lot of places still have this up for pre-order, but BestBuy.com is one of the places where they actually have stock and you can get it immediately. You can also get this directly from NECA on their eBay store and their Amazon store, and also in store at Target, if your Target actually keeps NECA stuff in stock and up to date. Now, let's open up the flap. Take a look at him. What makes this ultimate is that he has a lot of accessories going on here. We have an interchangeable head. We got a few different hands. We've got a guitar. We've got a skateboard. We've got a camcorder. Man, we have got a lot to cover here. So, you know what time it is. Let's open it up, see what we got. So here we go. I've got all of the accessories laid out here on the table. Let's quickly go over these first and then get into some more details about old Marty here. Now, we all know that NECA does a fantastic job of sculpting plastic to make it look as realistic as possible, especially within the price point that they tend to charge for these figures. I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the beginning, but this is $29.99. Darn good price. First accessory on the left here, we have a backpack. And I love how they made this. I love how scrunched up it looks, how used it looks. And then even on the back, there's a little indentation right there. That would just sort of be there, you know, if he had stuff in his bag and he was slinging it over his shoulders, or the contents of which are getting pushed to one side. So I love how they did this backpack. It looks really, really cool. Next up, we have one of his interchangeable hands. This is for his right hand. This has the guitar pick inside of it. Here's the interchangeable head with the sunglasses that we are also going to be using with the guitar. There's Marty. We've got the skateboard here. It does roll. Now, I don't know if this is movie accurate or not. I don't know what was on his skateboard, but the print on this board says Madrid and Valterra on it. I don't know if that was in the movie or if it's something where like they couldn't get the rights to it, and so they just put something else that seemed similar, kind of like how on his shoes it's not the Nike swoosh. All right, here we have the video camcorder. Look at that, 1985 camcorder. You know, I had one of these, and I used to use one of these a long time ago, just making like home videos. And we could put a full-size VHS tape inside of it to start recording on it. Had the grip right there on the side. And also I attached his other interchangeable hand, his right hand, to that grip on the VHS recorder. Wow, good times. 80s. And then we have his other left hand here, and he is holding this guitar. Now the guitar does not have any branding on it. I can't quite remember what guitar he used in the movie. If that was a Gibson guitar, it probably was. I'm not too sure, or not, but this does not have any markings on it. It's just a generic guitar, but it is a really nice looking guitar. Nice shiny strings. And then even over on the back, we even have the little plate on the back which you can unscrew to get to the electronics. And then we also have the sculpted in holes where you will put the strings through when you want to change the strings. So that is a really nice detail here. Nice long strap so that you can put it around Marty. Really good accessories, so you can set them up in a variety of different types of situations depending on what your mood is. Okay, now let's move these over to the side. So first, let's take a look at Marty McFly. Let's look at his face first. Now, I don't know, guys, maybe it's just me, but I'm not really getting a strong Michael J. Fox resemblance on this face. There's something about it. It's just a little bit off. It looks like, it's like someone put like a beauty filter on Marty McFly's face. It looks a little bit too perfect. You know what I mean? It's just something is just a little bit, Neca's done a, fantastic job with some other likenesses of various actors and fictional characters over the years, but I don't really think they did a great job on this Marty McFly face. I mean, it works in some instances. Like, for example, if I had like this video camera accessory, and if I were to like kind of just put this over his eye and that kind of I'm shocked look, it kind of works for that. But just as a regular default head for, almost everything else, I don't know, it's not the best first impression. I think they did a better job, at least from the photos, because I don't have them in hand, of Biff and Doc. But this Marty just looks, I would give it a 6.5 to 7 out of 10. It's just me. But anyway, no one's going to mistake it for anybody else. I mean, you know who he is, but, it's just something that's just not quite there. But what is there is this really great detail on all of his clothing. Neca did a really, really great job on the denim and on his vest, aka the life preserver. All of the wrinkles and all of the lines, it's really, really clean. All the paint is really clean too, even on Marty's face. The hair is really great too. The hair is, spot on Marty McFly in that movie. I think that looks really good. The cuffs on his shirt that goes over the denim jacket, really nice touch there. He's even got his watch right there also. Take a look at those shoes, and they're just nondescript shoes. They're not Nikes, but that's okay. But yeah, just like the really good job that they did on the accessories, like the backpack, that carries over to the clothes that Marty is wearing. And I think they absolutely nailed that, even though some of the facial features I'm not too crazy about. But it gets closer with this head. With the head with the glasses on, it looks a lot better. It looks more like Marty McFly like this. So, I like I said, I really can't put my finger on. I don't know if it's the eyes, if it's the nose, or if it's just the really baby smooth texture on the skin. I'm not sure, but yeah, this I think is a better head sculpt overall, or face overall, than the one that comes on him by default. But what I want to do now is put him in a pose that I think I'm going to keep him in. Let's take this head off, put the other head on, and strap on that guitar. Yeah, see, this is the look right there. This is the look. And like I said earlier, really good job on these accessories. The guitar looks great. And even though Marty himself does not have a lot of really pronounced articulation, you can still pull stuff like this off because these accessories were made with this figure and all of its limitations in mind. I can tell you that when I was going to put on the different hands and putting the guitar in, I mean, it's classic Neca stiffness. So you gotta take a little bit of heed, of caution, so that you don't break anything, but it's going to take a little bit of force if you're not going to use a hair dryer or some other method to sort of loosen up those pegs and loosen up those joints. But once you get there, this is the type of stuff that you can pull off. Now this strap, it is a pretty good length. It's not really stretchy like a rubber band, but it is definitely long enough to get the job done. And it just looks great. And he stands up really good on his own as well. Almost statuesque in a way. So yeah, this is just the configuration that I like. But for the video, let's take a look at some of the other accessories and get him into a couple more poses with his alternate head and accessories. So here's another cool pose that I like, and I decided to leave the sunglasses head sculpt on because, you know, to me, being on the skateboard with that first sort of surprised looking head sculpt doesn't really fit the bill all that well. But this is really good, and I like the way it's kind of subtle. Like the way that they shaped his legs is it's like they were meant to be on a skateboard. How they're just kind of sort of bent in a way. You know, it's really small, it's subtle, but I think it really gets the point across great. And the backpack slings across his shoulder really easily. And it's just a really good fit. You know, like I said, like the accessories were made for this figure, not just getting it from the parts bin, you know? So really, really good job here. And then another thing I want to do is I want to try with the video camera, and I'm going to keep it live, you know, just so you can see how easy or how difficult it is to get everything on and off. So let's take this backpack off and see that that was pretty easy. And we're going to change this head sculpt. So we're just going to lift this up. The head comes off pretty good, pretty easy. And let's put this new head on. Now this is where it might be a little difficult, but once I got it off the first time, it was pretty easy the times after that, giggity. All right, so next we are going to take his right hand off. Again, I've done this a couple times, so it's probably a little bit easier. And I'm just gonna pop that one on. Hopefully you heard that little snap. And now we have video camera action. And try to bend his elbow a bit. He doesn't have the type of articulation that will let us put the eyepiece directly over his eye. But this is sort of getting the whole point across of like, whoa, you know, he's a little bit nervous, a little bit apprehensive, you know, but it's a really good fit with this video camera in his hand. And I guess that's what makes this figure, you know, ultimate, you know, because there's a few very distinct poses that you can put them in, you know. So unlike other figures, we're not going to be doing splits and we're not going to be doing butterfly joints and all that stuff. You know, do you want him to have the video camera looking kind of shocked? Do you want him to look cool and rocking out with the guitar? Do you want him to just ride the skateboard? And the accessories play an integral part in helping you make that decision. And then once you get the other Back to the Future figures together, then you'll be able to have those poses make a little bit more sense with more context with Biff and Doc. And hopefully in the future they can come out with some more figures as well. You know, what about needles? So get an ultimate needles. That'll never happen. But that would be pretty cool because we'll finally have a Flea figure. All right, so yeah, I mean, it's not a whole lot more else that I can say about this guy. The biggest downfall that I think he has is this face. The face just doesn't look quite like Marty McFly, Michael J. Fox. And I'm not thrilled with this being the primary head sculpt. I would have been cool with this as an alternate head sculpt, maybe just a more regular face, or maybe kind of like a little smug smirk, something like that as the primary face, and then just have this one in there and then also this one as well. You know, that would have been fantastic. But other than that, you know, I think this is a really great figure, great sculpt, great paint. It's all the things that we're used to with Neca. And I actually, on the way, have the Tales from Space Marty McFly figure on the way that I got from Target. So that'll be here really soon. And when it is, we'll crack it open. We will take a look at it, do a comparison and all of that good stuff. But until then, this is the 1985 Ultimate Marty McFly from Neca Toys Back to the Future Part 1, available in stores now, $29.99. So that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. And until next time, I'm Jeremy. I'll talk to you later.